Tom Rinaldi is a talent. He had a pretty hilarious line during his last game about Matt LaFleur, delivered in a Tom Rinaldi fashion. You know, guys, Matt LaFleur tells me that anytime Anders Carlson goes out there to kick, he just closes his eyes and he prays. Back to you guys. Now, the way that was taken, especially with the way that game ended, with Durs missing, was obviously its whole thing. Matt LaFleur, in a press conference, chose to address it. Here's him talking about the situation.
You apparently told them that you pray before every kick you guys have.
That was extremely disappointing. That's how that message got portrayed. I've been doing this been a part of production meetings ever since I became a coordinator, and I've never had an experience like that. But it is what it is. I talked to Anders about it, and I think anytime something's out of your control, kind of saying it in jest and having fun with it, but it got portrayed that way, and it's a learning lesson for me.
Yeah, I prayed before Crosby, too. They didn't say that. I was just talking about it all. It is all in the delivery of the information in those production meetings. I was never a part of them. Were you? And after talking to a lot of players and coaches, they got to give enough information so that the commentators can tell the story of the team that they would like. Like, hey, the reason why we're attacking this is because of this. It is a dance in those production meetings between players and coaches and the coverage. But then there's sometimes where people will feel like they got by the commentary team or by the broadcast team. Numerous players have had to come out and say, I never said that. That is not real. That is not how I meant it, if that's the case. Because that one little line from Tom Rinaldi can shape an entire narrative about a guy who's already had a rough season. And the fans are like, all right, LaFleur feels the same way we do. It's a big deal, those things. There's a lot of trust involved in that whole game.
Oh, yeah, and I think we pretty much guaranteed that Matt LaFleur will not be giving any information in future production.
Forever.
That's what we know, for sure. Yeah, he's going to mention it. He's going to reference it multiple times. Well, he'll get start talking. He's like, well, now I've been burned in the past. Yeah, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. Like, he's probably not going to give a whole lot of info because I can see why Rinaldi said it, but just in the timing and everything, how it worked out, yeah, it's something that LaFleur would probably say. Hey, I would say this for any kicker on the staff. Like, it just had nothing to do with him. It's just kicking in general is a scary thing for everybody.
Yeah. Have you ever been in Lambeau? There's like 30-mile-an-hour gusts at all times. So anytime we're going out to kick extra point or field goal, I just close my eyes and pray. And then LaFleur just walks out of that meeting, and then Tom Rinaldi's like, wait, you remember.
Jesus.
He did. Pretty big point of the game. A lot happening. And then all of a sudden, Durs is just getting crushed. You Packers fans have not been the biggest fan. He's following a legend in Mason Crosby.
For sure.
And he hasn't made, kicks.
He missed like 14 kicks this year, 10 kicks. If you're Chad Ryland and you're doing it and your team goes 4-13, no one gives a shit. Hey, we're getting the third pick. That's awesome.
Pumped.
When you should beat the number one seed in the playoffs on the road and you miss a 41-yarder and you've been doing it all season, people are going to be pissed off.
Why did they bring back Mason ever?
I have no idea. I said that kind of in jest, and I didn't think they'd actually do it because we mentioned it. Like, that was kind of the team before Goody and all that kind of stuff. So who knows how that ended and if there was any bad blood there. I don't know. But then he signed with the Rams that 1 week when we were out in New York right before we saw him, and he went with the Rams. And then he went to the Giants right after that. And I don't think – he wasn't great with the Giants. I think he missed a couple kicks, so I don't know if that had something to do with it. But also we talk about it all the time. Like, there's not just like a group of guys who you can at this point in the season be like, oh, this guy, like, we'll bring him in and he'll be unbelievable. Like, that's why you need to have a guy, because there isn't just a big scrap heap of kickers who you can replace your guy with and who are going to be automatic and who are going to be great. It just doesn't work out like that.
We obviously talk about kicking and punting a little bit more than anybody else because obviously. But like at this stage, it matters.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
It absolutely matters. Like Badgley kicking right now, the way he is for the Lions, is a big deal. Now, the last extra point turned sideways. Right. Now, I don't know if that was him or the hold or if it got batted, but he's the only moody young guy doing great for San Francisco, even though in preseason it was like, is this guy going to be able to make a kick? And then he just clocks in whenever the games start to matter. And on the other side, Butker and Tucker.
Yeah, don't have to worry about them.
It's like whenever it matters, it matters. Butker's one of the only humans to have a game winner in the Super Bowl. It's like, and Tucker is the greatest of all time at kicking a football. It is no questions. You don't want to have question marks at that particular position this late in the season.
No, you don't. And that's a part of it.
And you do close your eyes and pray.
Yeah.
For a lot of them. And it don't matter who's kicking it. Be Vinny,
Seriously.
be Tucker, shit.
You see this one literally for game winners on a regular basis. People on the sideline, on a knee, arm in arm, head down, not even watching. What do you think they're saying? Please, God or gods, let this ball travel through 2 sticks, and my life will be so much better. It's absurd. And if you miss the ball by that much, an entire city, an entire organization, an entire program is gone. Never let your kids be kickers. Ever.
Which is what Carlson did. Like that 41-yarder, it's not like he missed it terribly. Like he just missed it by a little bit. And it's not completely absolving Jordan Love, but after the game I was saying he throws that interception on first down and you'd love him to live to see another play there and kind of move down the field. But I think he's thinking we got to go down and score here. Like we just saw what happened. So field position, it's not like, hey, let's just get into field goal range and we'll let our rookie kicker send this into overtime. It's like we just saw what happened. Yeah, I shouldn't have thrown that pick on first down, but it's like I got to make a play. We got to go score a touchdown.
Tyler Bass has deleted all his social media accounts.
Smart man.
That's smart. From what I heard from
Didn't they do something though? Weren't they weren't they raising money for him or something for his charity? Somebody was.
Bills Mafia probably makes the most of any situation. I don't think it's everybody.
Yeah, not the ones talking to Gabe Davis.
They have a long history of the wide right situation. That's what I think it gave everybody. Oh no, they thought of that.
Dude,
kicking sucks. Kicking would be
sucks,
awful. Why would you? I would not want to kick.
He made it.
Literally, only business decision for me and the family is high school. Like, hey, if you kick this football good, you're gonna get paid a lot of money. So we should do that. Yeah. Do you want to run 7 miles and kick a ball, or do you want to take 3 steps and kick a ball and get paid more money in America?
Yeah.
Or as opposed to Europe? It's like I'd like to be a kicker, and I don't think I fully thought it through. Whenever I was.
Why would you? Why would you at that age?
When I was like, I'm going to commit to kicking. Through. My mom, though, every game, worst nightmare every time. Oh my God!
I'd be sitting there in the stands like, all right, please we got to be up by 7 or 10. Please don't make this a 3-point game, and it comes down to my son trying to drain a kick.
We're watching at Lucas Oil Stadium, and we'll watch a kicker come out, and it's like a 35-yarder, and I'm like, oh my God. So nervous.
Yeah.
Because so many things could go wrong that nobody thinks about. Like a kick earlier in that game, Holder Whelan, new long snapper, new holder. He had his palm on the ball, and Carlson just makes it. Nobody talks about that.
Right. No.
Nobody talks about how that was supposed to be a miss. It was a make. And then if you just literally miss it by this much, it's over. That's why what Justin Tucker does. Every time you see that thing just straight as an arrow, perfect end over end, it's like, that son of a bitch might be a robot. Might actually be a robot. 30-mile-an-hour gust and winds. Well, if you hit the ball perfectly end over end, the wind ain't going to do nothing. Harrison Bucker this past week hit a 47-yarder into a 30-mile-an-hour wind, I think. And they were saying it was like a 10-yard difference. And as the 47 was traveling, he was still looking.
Oh, yeah.
Does it have enough? His teammates were like, yeah, it's only a 47-yarder. And Bucker's like, I don't know if that's the case. And he sneaks it in. The camera didn't even have it.
The camera messed up on that, yeah.
The camera didn't even have it. It was so short. It's like Bucker, Tucker in the AFC side, locks. Jake Moody is proven in big games to make kicks. Badgley has as well. Hopefully, this will be a weekend where no kickers get murdered because this past weekend, there was a lot of kill the kicker talk. Anytime Skip Bayless goes to his phone and says, please kicker, it's like, all right, not great. Obviously not good for the brand. But this weekend, big bounce back weekend for the kickers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't do anything for you.
No, but and you also, it's not like you think he feels worse about it than I do? I'm sure he does. You know, it's not like he's going out there trying to miss. He's going to think about that the rest of his life. So it's like it sucks. It is what it is.